Set. All right. Good evening. I'd like to open up our public meeting for the Board of Selectmen. And I'll start by reading why we're here tonight. Pursuant to section 1203.4 of the Portland Town Charter, a public hearing will be held by the Board of Selectmen on Thursday, February 13th at 6 p.m. in the Buck Foreman Community Room to consider public comments and questions both orally and in writing on the below supplemental appropriations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Selectmen hereby approves a supplemental appropriation in line item 01-093-000-90012, transfer out cap non-rec town in the amount of $200,000 funded from unassigned fund balance of the general fund of $200,000. And be it further resolved that the Board of Selectmen hereby approves an increase in estimated revenues 08-141-000-00501, transfers in general fund town of $200,000, an increase in supplemental appropriations to expenditure line item number 08-141-000-89090, Public Works, Highway Division, Vehicle Maintenance, Road Construction, / drainage of $200,000. And be it further resolved that Michael A. Pelton for Selectman and/or his designee may sign and execute any required documents for the grant process. So before we continue on, I wanted to have Ryan O'Halpern, our most recent Public Works Director, come up here and explain the project. For those of you at home and in the audience that want to know more about it, he'll go through the details of that.
Right. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
All right. So for everyone that is unaware about there's a previous project that we got granted last year from a steep grant to replace the water main going from the high school going down High Street. It's an old asbestos water main. We've had many water main breaks with the asbestos or transite pipe, as people in the field call it, where it's a catastrophic failure. Happens all over town. I'm sure everyone's kind of aware of the issues with that type of pipe. But this project is an extension of that project. So the first phase of this project is going to replace the water line from the high school going all the way down to Clearview Drive approximately. Depending on how that bid comes in, that project should be going out to bid any day now. We're just waiting on some rates on that project, and then we'll get that one out, and that should take place this summer, hopefully, to replace that water line. And then this project will continue from Clearview Drive down through the intersection of William Street and kind of extend out of the intersection of William Street, branch off in each direction before it ties into the old water mains. And that way we could do road reconstruction on High Street as well. Since we are having issues with the chip seal and how the road is riding, and that being a major through road with the schools and everything, that was a priority to get redone. So this project would most likely take place in the summer of 2026 is, I believe, how it's gonna all roll out. The plans should be done by the end of the year, go out to bid next winter, and then have a schedule where the water main work maybe is getting done in the spring, but the road reconstruction, I believe, will have to take place in the off months for the schools to not interrupt the bus schedule and everything over there. With the other side, it was pretty tough getting traffic in and out. So I imagine it would be pretty crazy with the buses trying to get in and out and the teachers and everything. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll see if we could get how far we could get past William Street with how good the bids come in for this project. But that's about it.
Thank you. So we're putting $200,000 up, and what's the grant amount that we're trying to get?
Oh, so the amount typically for these small town grants, the steep grants, they were a max of 500,000, but this year they raised it to $1 million, and they prefer a 20% match, which is why the match is going to be 200,000, because we're going to go for the full $1 million. And this being a second phase of a phase project, I think we have a good chance of getting the grant.
Any questions, gentlemen?
Nope.
Any questions from the audience or from online? Thank you. All right, Ryan, thank you very much.
All
I
right,
appreciate
thank
that.
you.
All right. With no further questions, I'd like to end this meeting
Close the public.
and close the public hearing. Thank you. All right.
All right, good evening, everybody. The time is now 6:08 PM and I will call this meeting to order. The first order of business is to elect a moderator. Are there any nominations?
I'd like to nominate Tim Lavoy as a moderator.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none. Is there a motion to close nominations?
I-
All in favor of closing nominations, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. So moved. All those in favor of electing Tim Lavoy as moderator, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Okay, Mr. Moderator.
Okay, thank you, Michael. I would next like to read the call of the meeting into the record as published in the River East Bulletin on Friday, February 7th, 2025. I would also ask that the town clerk record the return of notice along with the minutes of this meeting. Legal notice of special town meeting Thursday, February 13th, 2025 at 6:05 PM, Foreman Community Room, 265 Main Street, Portland, Connecticut, 06480. The electors and those persons eligible to vote in town meetings of the town of Portland, Connecticut are hereby warned and notified that pursuant to Chapter 12, Section 1203.4 and 503 of the town charter, a special town meeting will be held by the Board of Selectmen on Thursday, February 13th, 2025 at 6:05 PM in the Buck Foreman Community Room, 265 Main Street, Portland, Connecticut, for the following. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Board of Selectmen hereby approves a supplemental appropriation in line item number 01-093-001 90012, transfer out cap non-rec town in the amount of $200,000 funded from unassigned fund balance of the general fund of $200,000. And be it further resolved, that the Board of Selectmen hereby approves an increase in estimated revenues number 08-141-000-00501, transfers in general fund town of $200,000 and increase in supplemental appropriation to expenditure line item number 08-141-000-89090, Public Works, Highway Division, Vehicle Maintenance, Road Construction, Drainage of $200,000. And be it further resolved that Michael A. Pelton, first selectman, and or his designee may sign and execute any required documents for the grant process. A copy of the complete resolution will be voted on and is available for public inspection in the town clerk's office and on the town's website at www.portlandct.org. Dated this 6th day of February 2025, attested to by Michael A. Pelton, first selectman. Now, I would like to entertain a motion to introduce the resolution entitled Supplemental Appropriations for Transfer Out Cap Non-Recurring Town and to waive the reading of the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
I will now call for public discussion on the resolution. Do we have any public discussion? Anybody online? Anybody in the room? Okay. I hear no further public discussion. Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to move to the question.
So moved.
So moved
Second.
and seconded. That's it. We move to the ballots now?
Right. Going to us? This is some pretty intense service.
Let me know if you need any help out. Blues on.
The motion passes. The result of the vote was 6 yes, 0 no's, and 0 abstentions. Is there a motion to close this meeting?
So moved. I'll
And-
second it.
In a second. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. Meeting is now adjourned at 6:13 PM.